Hi, I'm David, and welcome to the Jersey Type. Today I would like to talk a little bit about typewriter extras. Well, kind of extras. Things that are typewriter related, but not necessarily the machines themselves. Now, normally when I've seen this topic covered, I've seen them talk mostly about the typewriter ribbons and the tins and stuff like that. And those are interesting, and I will be touching up on those later. But something almost as important is these. These are vintage type cleaners because, well, the type slugs will get dirty, and of course they have a remedy for that. These. Here's a closer look at the type cleaner itself, and this is how they advertised it. They advertised it as non-inflammable, which I was a little confused about at first, but basically just means it does not ignite. And down here is the wonderful chemical name, trichloroethylene, which is kind of difficult to say and also a carcinogen. Fun. This was the 50s, now let's look at the 30s. What do they have to offer? Wow, look! It also says non-inflammable. And while it doesn't say the specific chemical formula or what chemicals they use, it is safe to assume it's also trichloroethylene. I was doing some research, and directly before this, they actually used a petroleum cleaner. Something more in tune to mineral spirits or gasoline, something like that. And, well, I can imagine why they advertise as not inflammable once knowing that. Well, this is the dicol out of the box, and it looks quite bland in my opinion, but very 50s. As you can see, it comes with two lids, and I'm assuming this is for this, so you can actually unscrew the lid and still have the bottle closed. And actually, talking about this lid, you might be able to see it has a bit of a felt sponge at the end of it. Now, originally this bottle would have been filled with trichloroethylene, and this would be the lid, so you'd screw it in, and it would soak up all of the chemical, and you take it out and go over to a typewriter and just clean the keys with it, which was kind of nice. I could see how this would work. I've seen some of these be more of brushes. It's a little odd that this one's a sponge, but I'm glad I have it, because a lot of the times, well, these went missing. Here is actually one of the more modern brushes. You can see how it actually has the bristles, and you would dip this in the chemical and actually clean the keys with it. I can imagine this being more useful than the sponge, but, well, you use what you got. And finally, moving on to tins. Well, I say finally, there's still some more left in the video, but anywho, tins. These are not terribly interesting in my opinion. They look neat. I mean, look at this, Miller Line Elk typewriter ribbon. And, oh, there's stuff in the back too. Wow. Yep, that's typewriter ribbon, alright. I don't know, they look neat. I like to have them around my room, and, just... They look nice. This, you can see it says for a, 1/2 noiseless. I'm assuming they're either talking about a Remington noiseless or an Underwood noiseless. Who knows? Here's this one, which is Silver Brand. It's for a Royal number 10, which is a typewriter I do actually know. So that's neat, I guess. I don't know, they look cool. Nice to have around your room, or office, or anything. I don't know, they look nice, and they're not that expensive. This one I think is more interesting because it's in a cardboard cover, or box, or whatever you want to call it. These just didn't really survive all that much, not as much as those, because who in their right mind keeps their ribbon box? This is something that you'd throw away after taking the ribbon out. And yet, here it is in my hands. And it's very, very 60s and 70s. Maybe early 80s. I'm thinking more of 70s and 80s, actually. Yeah, it looks cool. I mean, yeah, it's a neat little box. Yeah. And now for the second to last thing I would like to talk about in this video. These are hard rubber pencils and typewriter keys. The keys are kind of neat. You just go over to a case and you stick the sucker in there. You give it a twist, and now it's locked. I'm actually pushing on it. It should go in. It's not. And you just unlock it, and it's Self-explanatory. Now, keys are something that don't normally come with a typewriter when you buy it. Like, it would be cool if you did. They're not the hardest to find. Like, you can find them in, like, key bins and stuff like that. But a lot of the times they just got lost because, well, who's locking their typewriter case? It's not like anyone's gonna steal it. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I think out of all my collection, I only have about 2 or 3 typewriter keys. So, not the most common, but, I mean, look at this thing. It looks neat. This key did actually go with that typewriter I showed earlier. So, yeah. And now for the hardcore pencils. These things are neat because it has a hard rubber core, and you get a piece of paper, and you just rub out what you wanted to. Well, I mean, of course, after like 70 or so years, these ones got a little hard, so they're not going to be doing a lot of erasing. But, I mean, originally, that's what they would have been used for. You can buy these still. You can buy them new. They're not the most expensive, but it is kind of neat having them with a typewriter. Yeah, just a neat piece of history. If they would stop rolling away, there we go. Yeah, they're neat. And lastly, manuals, or owner's manuals, or guides, or whatever, because they're called a few different things sometimes. Operating manuals, whatever. Manuals. These are not the most common, because they are paper. This is not a manual. Well, I guess it is a manual, but it's not for any specific machine. These ones are the actual manuals for the machines that I've had. They can sell separately for, I think I've seen around $25, and so can the reproductions. You can get a reproduction of these for a bit as well. These are all original, surprisingly, and they're just kind of neat. I mean, this is from a 65 Royal Safari, and I mean, just look at this thing. This is a cool manual. Very bland on the back. I was actually kind of expecting it not to be. I haven't seen that one in a while. This one's neat. This one has the owner's manual and actually the guarantee and warranty information. So that's neat. This is from a 1970 Smith Corona Super Sterling. This is an Underwood Champion. It's from the 40s, my oldest manual. And from what I've noticed, these kind of come with thinner and more brittle paper. Even the ones that I've seen online, actually, the paper just does not hold up. The ones from the 60s and 50s and stuff, they can hold up a bit more, but I'm surprised this one still exists, to be honest. And it does actually have all of its pages, in all one page, but, you know. And there's this, which is for a Smith Corona 5 series, which is neat. This is also probably the most neat thing here, besides the manuals, of course. Because this is teaching you how to type and stuff. And I'm surprised I actually found this with the machine. So, a lot in here. And if you want, I can actually do a video on specifically this in the future, if you want. I don't know, it's neat. Honestly, didn't know this came with the machine when I bought the machine, but, well, here it is. It's from the 50s. Surprisingly, it predated the machine I bought it with. Anywho, just some cool extras I figured I would share. And with that, you've come to the end of the video. I didn't really know what I was expecting when making this video. I kind of just wanted to make something, and well, the idea kind of just fell in my lap. So, I'm glad I made it. If you have any ideas of what I should make in the future, please let me know. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Although, most likely, there's only one person watching this far. So, hi! You made it! Thank you. This is awkward. I don't really know what to say. I don't think you do either, actually. Well, not like if you say anything, I'd be able to respond, but, you know, just whatever. Leave a comment if you want. I'm really bad at ending videos, if you couldn't